All right. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a introduction video to my CleverCo circle. Kind of just telling you guys similar things that I would tell like my students when I first started tutoring them, right? So I think let's just get right into it. So the first thing that I want to emphasize is that I'm a student too, right? And I think a lot of students that I tutor on first impression, they might not actually realize that I'm a student too, right? I always try to emphasize it when I first meet them, because usually the tutors that they would expect is that that it's just some tutor who's a lot more older than them and can't really remember and relate to the struggles that the students are going through, right? But I'm a student too. Like, I'm at McMaster University, I'm studying biochemistry, so I'm going through the same struggles that you guys are going through, right? I'm still doing those late night study sessions sometimes. I'm still coming into class and not understanding what's going on sometimes, right? And I have to ask my smart friends, or I have to search something up, or ask the teacher personally. I'm still going through those same struggles myself, right? So I completely relate to you guys, and I think this has really helped, or I would say this has really shaped my tutoring style, right? Because I understand what you guys are going through. I understand when explanations are kind of vague and they don't really kind of like hit the point correctly, or if we're wasting time during the tutor session, if we should just be focusing on practice instead of me explaining the concept for the fifth time, right? So I get exactly what you guys are going through, right? All right, okay. So yeah, that would probably be the first point. Now the next thing is, when I am teaching, like, I'm not just trying to when I take on a student, I don't just try to tutor you, right? I also try to mentor you guys as well, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm rooting for you guys. I want you guys to be successful, right? Whatever that may be. So, and the reason why I have these pictures up here, this is on the left side, this is Hamza, and that's me over there. So basically, we had met up in person like a couple of months ago. So I thought I'd include a picture of that. So Hamza is a student that I tutored for 3 years. I, tutored him up until he graduated, and then he moved on to the next phase of his life, right? So obviously, after he graduated, I wasn't, going to be tutoring him anymore. But essentially, after 3 years of tutoring him, we lost contact for maybe a year and a half or so. And he actually reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, he would just want to get back in touch with me, essentially, right? Just kind of texting me, just saying, "Hey, how are things going?" He wanted to kind of call me and just talk to me for a little bit. And I realized what he actually wanted, and he actually told me this later on. He told me that he just wanted the same guidance, the same mentorship that he was getting during our tutor sessions. Which, honestly, it was very nice to hear that, right? Because he was saying that a lot of the things that I was kind of like telling him, I was kind of like trying to put him on the right path, getting him to do the good habits, getting him to, yeah, do more of the healthy habits, like going to the gym, exercising, socializing. Improving his mindset was the biggest thing for him, right? But I really took him under my wing. That's one thing that I'll say, and I do this for all my students, right? And it's all in different ways, right? With another one of my students, I tutored him for 2 years. He just graduated a few months ago. All throughout his grade 12 year, I was helping him choose essentially his career path, right? Like, I was helping him choose what university program he wanted to do, which university to go to, right? So, I really take you guys under my wing. I don't just try to clock in the half an hour, the 1 hour, the 1.5 hours of tutoring and just call it a day. I always try to look out for you guys, even if that's just in the form of a 5 minute conversation before we actually start looking over your math work, right? Or whatever homework you have. So, yeah, I always try to look out for you guys. I'm always rooting for you guys. The next thing is, feel free to question me. And this is the disclaimer that I always love giving to my students, but it's that I can mess up too, right? If something feels wrong, or I miswrite something, or you think that I might have misheard you, or I misunderstood something, feel free to tell me, right? It's not like we're in a big class where it's a big thing to kind of stop the teacher and say like, "Hey, is this supposed to be like this?" Right? It's just me and you, right? Feel free to just say like, "Hey, like, I don't think that's right," or "You miswrote this," or "I think this solution should actually be like this." Feel free to tell me. I can mess up too, right? So I want to give you the impression that we're on the same side here, right? sometimes in class, I know it can feel like it's you against the teacher, right? But when it comes to our tutor sessions, it's me and you, me plus you versus whatever you're trying to learn, right? So, yep, feel free to question me. All right, okay. Next thing is I'm still growing as a tutor, right? And I'm still getting better with sort of the way that I teach, the way that I'm connecting with students, and I'm still improving, right? I've been tutoring for a little bit over 6 years now, and I'm still looking for ways to improve, right? And is every new student that I take on, I almost become a better tutor through that, right? Because I'm learning how to cater towards a different learning style. I'm learning how to cater towards a specific personality, right? So I'm still growing as a tutor, right? And tutoring has taught me a lot, right? About patience, about discipline. And I'm big on growth for like all areas in my life, right? And just keep in mind that I'm on this journey too, right? I'm trying to level up as I said earlier, as a student, but also as a tutor myself, right? So yeah. And the last thing, I think this is pretty basic, probably the same things that you heard from all your other tutors, but my teaching style, I always try to go for as little fluff as possible. I know in school there's a lot of fluff and extra stuff that they teach you, but I always try to keep things as simple as possible. I try to break down things to kind of like the most simplest steps, right? And I always try to give you guys encouragement, right? I know how it is where sometimes you mess up on a question and you might get a negative thought like, oh, like I messed up on this, like I'm not good at this. And then that kind of leads to more negative thoughts. I always try to encourage positivity and things can sometimes get difficult, but I'm always there to support you. And as I keep on saying through this whole introduction, at the end of the day, I'm rooting for you guys, right? I want to see you guys do well, right? I want you guys to be successful. Whatever success looks like in your own mind, I want you guys to be successful. So yeah, let's level up together. Thank you.